Welcome back, Liz Duggar, RFX Circle Achiever. And I am here to talk to you about what I feel is probably unequivocally the most important video of this whole training process, launching your business. We at Rodan & Fields have data to show that if you do not launch your business formally with a BBL or which stands for your big business launch, or a virtual event, or both, then we know that your success rate significantly goes down. Even if somebody just wants to get in and dabble, I highly encourage them to do these two events to launch themselves, because worst case scenario, these two events are at least going to get you your products paid for. Okay, so, and who wouldn't love their products paid for? So trust us. You have to go through this process, okay? You may not want to. You may give your sponsor pushback, but we are going to highly recommend it. And we know that if you don't do this, we can't guarantee how this will turn out for you, okay? So launching your business, so credible, so important and vital. So this is essentially your grand opening. If you had a flower shop in your downtown area, you would do a grand opening to let everybody know about what you're doing. And that is exactly what you're doing with launching your business with a BBL and with a virtual event. Again, by far the most important step. We can pretty much identify, looking in our organization, who did a BBL and virtual event and who did not, okay? So one thing that I would like to recommend to the sponsor is, this is the very, very first thing that needs to happen right after newbie signs, okay? You do not need to put them on a training call. You do not need to show them video 1 and video 2 of Team East to West. You do not need to meet with them for lunch and train. You need to get them kicked off immediately with a virtual event, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how that's done. All right, so if you have been in Rodan & Fields for a while, what we've done previously is we've taken the laid back approach. We've waited for newbie to give us a date to launch themselves, and basically what we know from that is we're not setting people up for success, okay? The amount of time that goes by from someone signing on as a consultant until they launch is a direct correlation in how high their anxiety gets, okay? It leaves room for naysayers to run it. It leaves room for the newbie to think too much about, what have I done? What have I gotten myself into? And right when a newbie signs is when they are most excited. This is the exact time for you as the sponsor to take initiative and to tell them their next step, which is a virtual event. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that, okay? Newbies, you guys have no clue what you're supposed to be doing, okay? And I want to remind your sponsors of that. The newbies have no clue what they're supposed to be doing. They don't know how to make a Facebook group. They don't know how to do a virtual event. They don't know how to go live on Facebook. They don't know how to create an invitation. They don't know how to launch themselves. They don't know how to invite people. They don't know how to do any of this stuff. And it is your job as the sponsor to take control and lead them to success, okay? And I'm going to tell you again exactly how to do that. For those of you who feel like you're being pushy, well, how about this? If we take the laid back approach, we're not leading our new people to success, okay? And therefore, we should feel a lot of guilt for that. We know that this works. This approach works much better. This person just invested $1,000 in a kit, and I would like for you to think of this as it is your mission to help them earn back that money. And by taking this approach, which is a really fast start of turning their virtual launch on immediately, you're setting the newbie up for success and a better chance of being successful, okay? And it all starts with this virtual event and BBL immediately. All right, so here we go. So 2 events, virtual, which happens on Facebook, and then you have your BBL, your big business launch, which happens in the flesh. It can be at your home, It could be at a restaurant. It could be at anybody's home, okay? So first, let's talk about the virtual event. This is a 2-week-long event in a Facebook group, not in a Facebook event, but in a Facebook group, okay? The week 1, the first few days is introducing the newbie showing their kit, getting people engaged, taking the solution tool, and inviting people into the group, okay? About a week in, the newbie goes live for about 3 to 4 minutes, and basically all they do is say how nervous they are, and they talk about why they love the products and decided to become a consultant, okay? It's super easy, literally can be a minute, okay? Your people just wanna see you, okay? If you, and then after that, the sponsor goes live and does a full-on product presentation, which should take anywhere between 20 to 25 minutes, okay? So if you, the sponsor, and newbie live near each other, this is something that you guys could do together. You could go live together. But if you live separately, or if you live far away from each other, you'll want to do it separately, okay? So either way is fine. But that happens, the going live, the actual product presentation of the event happens about anywhere from 5 to 7 days into the event getting started, okay? The week 2, the second part of the virtual event is posting before and after pictures and closing out the virtual event and announcing winners. So we have developed, Team East to West, a fake virtual event in Facebook as an example and reference for you. So you can literally go to this group and you can literally copy and paste everything that's in that group, and there's just very little that you would have to do, or you can make it your own, be creative, but the outline of that group, it has like post 1, post 2, post 3, post 4, post 5. It shows you in chronological order how everything is posted. That gives you an idea of how the virtual event should run, okay? All right, directions to the sponsor immediately after signing the newbie. Okay, so imagine this. You're on the phone, newbie just signs, okay, and they just get their congratulations page to come up after they sign. And so you as the sponsor say this, literally, they've just signed. I'm so excited, Sally, you are now officially a Rodan & Fields consultant. Congratulations. What I'm going to do, Sally, when I hang up the phone is create a Facebook virtual event group for you. And sometimes I'll tell you, I've even talked to sponsors who create this group before the person even signs. They know the person is going to sign at a certain time that day. And so they just go ahead and create the Facebook group. And so if you want to do it, that's great. And you're going to tell the newbie, say, I'm going to make you an admin of that group. Don't worry, newbie. I'm going to do 99% of everything. All you're going to be responsible for is inviting. And the little that I do need you to do on this virtual event, I'm going to hand feed you everything. So you're not going to be alone. Okay. I'm even going to hand feed you the inviting language. So as soon as we hang up, I'm going to text you the link of the Facebook group, and I'm going to text you some sample inviting language. Newbie Sally, your goal is to have about 200 plus people in this event, okay? Keep it around 200. That way we can see who's looking at your videos and who's looking at your posts. We need to aim for at least 50 people in this group, okay? So over the next 24 hours, Sally, I'd like for you to aim at having invited at least 50 people into your virtual event. So Sally, we're going to connect tomorrow at 2, and I'm going to see how that's going for you. Okay? All right. And that's it. So immediately after Sally signs, you're telling her, hey, I've got your Facebook group event. Your job now is only to invite to this event, this virtual event, Sally. All you're doing right now is you're inviting. So newbie has signed. Let's run through this again, because this is different than what we've done prior in our organization. So newbie has signed. Sponsor immediately creates a Facebook group, again, not event, but a group, creates an invitation with date and time on the invite. Remember, this is 5 to 7 days out in the virtual event when the sponsor goes live. So you put down the date and time where you as the sponsor are going to go live in the event, and that's the invitation that the newbie can send out and invite their people to, okay? Next, the sponsor immediately sends invite language to the newbie after setting up the group, okay? So this basically takes out all the training. So here's what I want you to know what we're not going to be doing, okay? What should not happen after signing a new consultant? Well, I can tell you this, training them, okay? So many newbies just go into they're overwhelmed once they sign. Then we start training them, and then they start to get lost in their mind as to, how am I going to do this? I'm not made for this. What if nobody signs with me? What if nobody buys products? And then they get in their head, okay? And then they have analysis paralysis, okay? They don't do anything, all right? I have seen this so many times, all right? So one thing we're not going to be doing is we're not going to be doing training with a newbie. No need to have them train. No need to have them jump on a team call that you thought was so powerful. Nope, newbie doesn't need that. That is overwhelming. It's not income producing. No need to even have them watch video 1 and 2 of Team East to West. Nope, they don't need that. They need income producing activity. No need to take them through Pulse. For darn sure, okay? We're not walking them through Pulse. Don't schedule a luncheon or a coffee to sit down and daydream about what you're possibly gonna do. Please don't do that, okay? Trust me, do the above. And when the virtual event is over, then you can go to lunch and daydream and train your newbie. Then you can sit down and walk through Pulse, because you actually are going to have something to look at in Pulse. You're actually going to have orders from your virtual event and your BBL, okay? If you go in there with nothing, then it means nothing, right? Okay, can I get a witness? So please trust me on this. The very first thing out of the loop after your newbie signs on the dotted line, within the first hour, is they need to be inviting to their virtual event. All right, so you're going to be feeding your newbie this invite language, and I want you to know within this website, on this page, you can access a PDF that has the reach out language. This has like a gazillion forms of reach out language, but specifically the first part of this PDF has newbie language for a virtual and BBL event. And it also shows follow-up language too. Okay, so here's a sample set of language for inviting to a virtual. Hey, Sarah, I'm hosting a virtual event on Facebook talking about how much I love the RF products, how they've changed my skin. I'd love to have you in the group to learn more about why I started as a consultant. There'll be prizes and giveaways as well. Click the link above if you'd like to be added. I so hope you are well. Just did this with a newbie of mine, and we had, like, she simply just sent this message with the link to her event. She had over 50 people in her event. So sponsor, included in the language, show your newbie how to invite to their virtual event with the group link. And these photos right here show you exactly how to include the link in a Facebook message, okay? So you include the event link and your message in the same Facebook message, okay? So I've specifically shown you how to do it from a phone, and this is done from an iPhone, okay? All right, the Facebook fake virtual group event that we have done. Make sure you're added to that. There is a link in here. There's also a link on this website page too. This literally is a step-by-step guide. You can mimic it, do exactly what's in there. That is totally up to you. If you want to get creative and add more stuff, that is totally up to you. You want to set the group as private. To keep it compliant with Rodan and Fields. Use our comms corner in your back office to select an image for the Facebook group cover. It doesn't have to look like this one here. It can look different. And then use Word Swag or Pic Collage to create an invitation with date and time of the live event product presentation. And pay close attention in this event, just FYI, to when the newbie should post and when the sponsor should post. There are certain things that the newbie needs to post, like for example, their announcement, which is the very first post, that needs to be posted by the newbie. If it's posted by the sponsor, that's kind of going to look weird and not very personal. And the people in this group are the newbie's people, and so they want to hear from the newbie. Okay, so sponsor, help your newbie create that announcement and then show them how to post it in that group. Okay, all right, after newbie starts inviting to the virtual event, what happens? Again, like we just said, have them announce themselves, okay? Sponsors help them with that. They need to select a photo and create like 3 or 4 sentences of why they're doing this. Have newbies select a time they are going to go live in the virtual event. It could be any time before the sponsor goes live. It could even be after the sponsor goes live. And all they need is about 2 to 3 minutes from the neck up as to why they love the Rodan and Fields product and why they decided to join the business. It could be short and sweet. Again, their people just want to see them. And then keep encouraging the newbie to invite even after the event starts happening. So people can still be added to this group even after it's going. All right, now let's switch gears and go to the BBL. Okay, so the BBL is your in-person event. This is in the flesh, okay? So the date should be set within the first 2 weeks of signing on as a consultant. So sponsor, this is your responsibility to make sure that, yes, virtual event is going on, newbies inviting, but you need to make sure that you at some point get with your newbie to set a date within the first 2 weeks of them signing as a consultant. Why are we doing an in the flesh event? Because we're not a party-based business, but events are a great way to reach the masses, and they're super successful. Please don't worry about cleaning your house. Like, nobody cares if your house is spotless. Trust me, they don't. Don't make your family leave the house. This is a family-based business. I had my family stay. The more you make to eat, the more people will eat. And it's so true. Don't make a smorgasbord of food, because somebody may be interested in the business but may not have a lot of money to open their home up and to cater a huge event, and that may be intimidating to them. So keep it simple. The simpler you keep it, the more duplicatable people will see the opportunity in their mind. Okay, so don't be discouraged if a lot of people don't show up, okay? And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people aren't going to show up, okay? This is not about people showing up. This is not about bodies in the room. This is about the invitation and the planting of the seed. That is the importance of the BBL and the actual event itself. So why is it important to do a BBL? Because these days, we are just tied down with technology. We communicate so much different than we do even 10 years ago. But let me tell you, the belly to belly, eyeball to eyeball magic that happens still hasn't gone away. That's still there. It's the honest to God truth. People can see your passion and excitement for themselves. And to be honest, something very magical happens when we come together as human beings. And it's really hard to turn somebody down when they're in the flesh. You don't even have to be pushy, but people just kind of get drawn in to the excitement of Rodan and Fields and to what a great product it is. But I'm telling you, when you get people in a room, something magical happens. What does a BBL look like? So these are some examples of presentations and people. Look, most of this is in people's homes. What their product presentation looked like. Okay, so that gives you an idea of how to set up. I would definitely make sure you open the boxes and pull the products out of the boxes. Okay, so here is your checklist for, this is sponsors. This is your checklist for the newbies in-person BBL. So you need to create an invitation for them using word swag. This can be texted, Facebook messaged. Okay, so the sponsor does this, okay? You can offer a giveaway. Make sure you talk to your newbie about that, but make sure the date, time, and location is on there. But sponsor should be responsible for creating the invitation, okay? You can also set up a Facebook event and invite through the event, not a Facebook group, okay, like we're doing for virtual, but an event, okay? This reminds people, it shows who's coming, all right? How many people do we invite? We invite hundreds, okay? So you've lived a long life. Even if you're in your 20s, you've lived a long life, okay? Most consultants invite anywhere from 500 to 1,000 people to their BBL. Don't worry, only about 10 people will show up if you invite that many. Trust me. It's going to be very low numbers. So don't think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able, there's no way I'm going to be able to house these people, because they're not going to show up. But again, it plants that seed. So even if they're out of town, invite them, all right? You again want to set up all the products in your kit. You want to print off 10 copies of the PC Perks order form, business kit options. You want something tangible for people to hold and to look at and to walk away with. Okay, so don't just rely on your iPhone and your computer for people to look at. You want something tangible. It's called print. Okay, print it on the printer, and that way they have something to take away. All right. And then in addition, make sure you have a laptop, iPad, so that people can take the solution tool to see what works best for them. And then keeping it simple with food and drinks. And then at the BBL, the newbie is going to do something very similar to what they did on the virtual launch. They're going to just briefly tell the products that they love, why they're doing this, why they said yes, and then the sponsor is going to do the product presentation. If the sponsor is not located in the town, then they're either going to Zoom in, FaceTime, or Skype in virtually on a big screen TV. Okay, so this is super, super simple and very fun. All right, after you do that, what do? You do it again. Okay, we do virtual events all the time as a team. We do business opportunity events all the time as a team, where we come together at restaurants or in homes, okay? We are constantly networking and looking for new people to bring into our business, and these are great ways for you to be able to connect. So I hope this helps you sponsors be able to now launch your newbie successfully. And if you have any questions about this, please let me know. And I'm just so excited to see how fast you guys launch your business now.